Welcome everyone. Today we are back on Bloons Tower Defense and we're seeking redemption this time because the last video I made, which was also the first video, we got off to a hot start, we were looking good, and then a pink balloon and a yellow balloon snuck its way past our defenses and the game was over because we had picked the hardest mode and we only had one life. So we lost prematurely last game, and so this game, this particular instance, I put in a little bit more preparation, a little bit more effort, and we're going to seek redemption. Not necessarily on the exact same track, but we're going to do another Christmas themed deck. We're going to do the one that we passed last time, which actually you can see is the preferred monkey, which is actually kind of interesting. What that means is you get double the rewards if you use these cards. So if we use 3 of the balloon chipper, 3 of the boomerang, and then 3 of the engineer, then we'll get double the rewards. And we're gonna go for impalpable again. Kind of a bold strategy, especially because I'm not. I just started playing this again a few days ago, so I'm not the best at it. But we're gonna go ambitious, and I prepared with these bloomberry bushes. Essentially what you do is you place them at the end of the map and they grow bigger after each round as long as they're not hit, and they essentially act like spike barriers, so if a balloon comes by it'll get popped by them, and that'll ensure that we don't have any singular balloons that are sneaking its way by our defenses. And we also have a few of the tribal turtles as well, so we're going to go with the same strategy as last time, with having them up front to be able to buy us a little bit of time. And I don't know where we'll be able to put. Okay, that's good. Looks like this entire area is open. I thought it was just going to be the tables for a second, but we should be able to use our banana farms all through here and then maybe up here as well. So we're gonna do that same strategy with trying to go the banana farm route. And I think I realized what rounds we need to look out for. I believe round 24 or 23, somewhere around there, is when the first lead balloons come. But I guess we don't need to worry about that because we do have the turtles, which pop the lead balloons. Round 46 is when the first Moab balloon comes. And then if we do make it a little bit later on, around 63, there are ceramic balloons, which are incredibly super hard rounds, so we may end up needing to sell our banana farms if we don't have enough of a defense by round 63. So again, we can continue to kind of rely on the turtles for a little bit, and I think after we start to notice them, creep their way by, like after we notice them start to round the corner and get a little bit of ground, then we'll probably need to invest in a couple of extra troops to help out with that. But for the time being, the turtles are doing a pretty good job, so we'll just continue to farm. And I think after this round we'll be able to get a second farm. I don't know if this is the best way to go about it. It might actually be a better idea just to upgrade it to the plantation before getting another one. I've been doing this. I've just been getting a second one as soon as I can, but maybe it's, I don't know. If you guys know, you can, if I'm doing something wrong, just let me know in the comments. But I think this is the way to go about it, is just get a new farm. But again, I don't know if upgrading one to the second tiers is the better way to go. So we will. This is actually good. There's plenty of space to farm here. Usually there's only space for like 3 or 4. There's usually, on a map, there's usually not a ton of room to farm, but this looks like one of the few maps that actually does have quite a bit of open area. So it should be good for farming. And I think even though the balloons aren't really breaking through right now, I think it'll still be a good idea to start investing in other troops soon. Okay, I think the next troop we should get is... I guess we should probably start using the preferred monkey ones. So the boomerang, the engineer, I guess we'll use that up here as well. I think we needed to use 3 of them, so might as well put them up here now. I don't know why it's only allowing me to put it on like certain parts of the table, but another thing to note is that the balloon chipper, which is this one here, can actually be really good against Moabs if you upgrade it fully, because oh, this is the same mistake I made last time. Because it essentially, there's a mode where you can set it to target the strongest balloon, and if you upgrade it to the most you possibly can, it's able to suck up Moab balloons, and so it essentially sucks it up. I think it's one of the most efficient ways to slow it down. There are other cards that technically slow down and freeze balloons, like you know, Ice Tower has an ability where it, you know, can freeze balloons, and there's a certain Ninja Monkey upgrade which slows Moabs to like half the speed. But you know, I found that balloon chippers, I think they probably work the best as far as in later rounds if you want to slow down and immobilize the big balloons, the big blimps that are coming your way. That's one of the good ways that we can do it. So we'll put a few of those at the entrance, and then try to have some super monkeys maybe along this row here. And I think we'll upgrade these to have the sentry gun, because the sentries are pretty good. They're just miniature turrets that end up shooting. I didn't actually realize, but there's actually a ton of tie-ins between this and Clash Royale. Like, the cannon is called the bomb tower. You have, you know, the engineer that spawns turrets is just like the hero musketeer. What else is there? You have the wizard monkey, mortar, which is a card in the game. So I don't know, I just thought it was funny how there's lots of tie-ins between this and Clash Royale, which is obviously the game that I play the most. And you can see how many turrets we already have. The only issue is that we do not have... Okay, you can see it let us know that there's going to be camo balloons in the next one. I think what we'll do is we'll put... That's the other thing, you can't put this where there's turrets, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to... We'll get a Ninja Monkey for this, just because he can detect camo balloons, and we're going to need it. For most other cards, you need to pay to have the ability to detect camo, but the Ninja Monkey, the base version, has that ability, so that's why he's one of the cards that I do like to upgrade. You can upgrade him up to Bloon Jitsu, you can see is the next upgrade, and he throws 5 shurikens at once, and because we have the ability where it essentially automatically targets, all the shurikens will essentially fly around to other balloons and automatically pop them, so it is a very strong ability, and of course automatically being able to detect camo is a huge plus as well. And at this point we will just, I think we'll get a few more farms, and then we'll stop at 9. We'll stop after this next one. I think this might be the most amount of This might be the most amount of farms I've had in one place. Usually I have like 5 or 6 farms, but 9 is a ton. And we're gonna have to start getting super monkeys soon, just because once you get into the 40s, when it comes to rounds, it does start to get much trickier if you don't have really heavy hitting cards, and the cards that we have are not super heavy hitting. So we'll go a few more rounds and just upgrade our farms, and then as soon as it gets closer to round 40, we'll start getting and upgrading a super monkey. And we'll use this as well, because we'll use this tribal tower and just put our super monkeys around it, because there's a certain upgrade for the monkey village that allows all the cards in its radius to see camo. And I think that's going to be needed because there are going to be, as said, a lot more camo balloons coming. I think there's also tons of, I think later in rounds like 60, like in the 60s when it gets to rounds, there are, I think, rainbow camo balloons that are also regenerating. So if you don't have a whole lot of heavy hitting camo balloons, then that is often around where people lose. And honestly, all of our bushes there should help out. This is kind of what I was saying, is even if we have cards that slip past the defenses, those bloomberry bushes just act like an extra layer of defense. And so I think now we will go for our super monkeys here. We'll go with one on either side, and then I think we'll need to upgrade them, because in a couple of rounds we are going to have the Moab, the big balloon that comes, and so we're definitely going to need some firepower for that. I think we might even upgrade we'll upgrade this one to the lasers as well, just because I think it hits twice as hard, and I think we're going to need it here. Okay. And you can see we don't have, see, look at the ninja monkey just doing work. Like, it's not even, the balloons weren't even in range of the ninja monkey, but it was hitting balloons over here, and the shurikens, because they had the auto targeting, it was just, they were flying across the map to hit the other balloons. And that's why I love the ninja monkey. He's probably one of my favorite cards in the game. So our banana farms, as of right now, I think are upgraded enough. I think we have to, yeah, I think we just have to, we'll put the rest into our super monkeys for now to make sure we don't make the same mistake as last time and don't invest enough in our troops. And we'll also use 3 of these other troops that we need for the preferred monkey. I don't know whether or not to upgrade these. Like, technically we don't need to upgrade them to get the bonus, but I don't know if it's worth it. I guess we won't. I don't think the boomerang is an amazing card, but the balloon shipper, I think we will upgrade. There's nowhere to put it. I guess we'll have to put it over here. And then you can set the target for strong. And then we'll start upgrading them in just a little bit, and you'll see that they'll just suck up the entire Moab, and it'll hold it there, and then as soon as it pops out, the super monkeys will start hitting it, and then it'll suck up the next wave of balloons that pop out from the Moab. So and the really good thing about it too is that you can place them, you can place them almost on top of one another. Like, you can place them so close together, so you can have so many. So you can see the super wide funnel enables it to suck up Moab balloons, and because it's set to strong, if there are any that come next round, it'll just suck them up and pretty much hold them there. And it'll be really good to have both of these super monkeys here as well, that we'll just kind of be able to hit it while it's immobilized there. We will upgrade this though, so that these both can have much more range. And I think what we need to do next is, so you can kind of see how it shreds the Moab and slowly the balloons pop out. We'll upgrade both of these as well, just because it's going to be helpful when the red balloons and then the green balloons later start coming. It's just going to be helpful to kind of hold them there by our troops a little bit more time. And I think we have probably enough troops to hold it off through round 60 or so. So we will upgrade. We'll upgrade the factories next. There's not really a great place. I forgot to put this here for the upgrades earlier. But if we go like this, then both of these two will have a cheaper upgrade for the facility. And then I guess we'll just sell the hut and then place it somewhere else to get a cheaper upgrade. And you can see why I put it there is because normally it costs 16.8 to upgrade to the research facility, but with it there, having it cost 10% less, it saves $1,700 or so. And you're selling it for $1,500, buying it for $1,900, so you're losing $400, but then you're saving $3,400 on these two upgrades. So if you're buying a really expensive upgrade, it pretty much always makes sense to put one of these nearby, just so that it's a much cheaper upgrade, and then if you really don't need it, you can sell it afterwards. And we'll also upgrade to the valuable bananas as well, because it makes them 50% more valuable. So instead of $400 boxes, we will get $600 boxes. My only concern is that we have to make sure that we have enough troops for round 63. I think if we upgrade both of these to sun gods, we should be okay. And you can see camo and lead are coming, which is round 59, but we do have the village enabled, which is going to let both of the super monkeys see camo, so we shouldn't have a problem with this round. And I guess we'll sell this now, and then I think we'll upgrade these to the sun god next, just to make sure that we can stop the onslaught that's coming. Looking through this whole list, there are a few cards that I don't really ever use. Not to say that they're terrible cards, like you can use them if you want, but I don't really ever use the mortar tower. Don't really use the dartling gun as well, just because you have to control it with your finger, which is really annoying, because if I were to place it in this corner over here, and then I were to just tap on this banana farm to try and upgrade it, the dartling gun would now be targeting down here towards the banana farm and completely away from all the balloons. So it's like you have to be careful where you tap and where you leave your tap, because so I don't really use that either. Don't use the airplane a ton, but I actually will here, because I think I just unlocked the upgrade, which allows the super plane to come through or whatever. Let's see. We'll have it circle. And then I actually want to try out the Spectre, because I remember having it when I had this game last, and I remember it being a super powerful upgrade, but I haven't tried it out since getting the game again. So I just remember it shooting a ton of bombs. Let's see in slow motion. Yeah, it shoots missiles, it looks like. So it's pretty cool. I think we have all the troops that we need for the double bonus, so we just need to hold on right now. I think if we get enough super monkeys on the board, we should be good. That's typically the go-to for me, just because it's getting the sun god is just you can see how many pops it's gotten. 24,000 as opposed to, you know, actually the tribal turtles are doing pretty good. Almost 10,000. I mean, they have been here all game, but these are just super high damage dealing units, and so those are typically what I aim for every game, is just try to get as many sun gods as you can, because they will they'll pretty much shred everything. And I don't know, I mean, technically we could put this here. Don't really know how. I don't know, for some reason I just didn't feel like doing that, but I guess there's no reason to lose money if we don't have to. And yeah, I think the next play is just gonna be a couple more super monkeys, and then we'll try to aim for a couple of Apache helicopters as well. So I guess we'll go super monkey next. It's almost really precarious finding a place where you can put this. Alright, and then after this we'll try to get an Apache helicopter, because I do like those as well. I mentioned in the last video, they're able to provide a ton of value because there's a pursuit mode where it will follow balloons throughout the entire map, so it never runs out of range. You can see some of these super monkeys, when the round first starts, they're not shooting because the balloons haven't come into range yet. But with the helicopters, the second one, pursuit, you just set the mode to pursuit, and then you can see the helicopter goes right up to wherever the balloons are. It's kind of in a weird position now because a lot of the balloons are in the balloon chipper, so it didn't really look like it was targeting for a second, but then you can see the Apache dart ship is essentially just it's just a beast, really. It's another super high damage dealing card, and again, it gets a lot of value because it's essentially always hitting balloons. And I think I forgot to change this to pursuit, so you can see they're all changed to pursuit, and they're all right there constantly hitting the balloon that's first in line. And this is what the dart ship looks like. You can see there it is in the very left. If we slow it down, it shreds balloons so quickly, and you can see the pop count isn't really a great determining factor later in the game, just because a lot of times the damage dealing just goes to break up the big Moab balloons, and it isn't necessarily popping the little ones that come out of it. A lot of times it's targeting the big heavy units and just dealing damage to them. But again, that's another card that I like, and we may have enough damage dealing cards on the board to just make it through the rest of the game. We only have 10 rounds left. We haven't really had any balloons break through, and even if they do, even though we don't have a ton of troops here, the sun gods are still going to be able to hit it. The helicopters are still going to be able to hit it. So I think we can just kind of breeze through the rest of the game. I think we've done enough to escape with a win here. And we do have, you know what, I guess there's no harm in putting a couple more super monkeys down. I was gonna say, like, you know, I guess we'll see if we need any more, but I guess it's not like there's any harm in using the money that we have to get a little bit more defense just in case. I mean, it's not like it's gonna hurt us. So, and the reason why I didn't put a monkey village down is to, you know, just because I don't think we need it. I think because we only have a few rounds left, we should be able to breeze through it. We should be able to redeem ourselves from last round. Even with round 85, which has the massive green Moab, because we have a couple of balloon chippers on the board, even though it says camo balloons are coming this round, we have 3 sun gods that are able to detect camo, so we should be all good. And this is kind of what I'm saying. It feels like a strategy that shouldn't be in the game. Like, it feels like banana farms shouldn't be a thing just because they never die. They constantly sit there. You can sell one for almost 22,000, and I believe they give you 6. I think they give you they give you 7. They give you 7 boxes of bananas per game, and right now they are each one is worth $600, so it's $4,200 per round, and that we have 4 of them right now, and so that's over $16,000 per round being generated. We can sell them at any time, but they never die. They just sit there. Like, it just seems like a very strong strategy. And you can see the balloons, it didn't even round the second corner, and we had $125,000 left over. So if you want a strategy in Bloons Tower Defense, then that is the strategy. Just banana farm. Make sure that you have enough special agents. I think the tribal turtle is the best one, but I think these other ones, the ninja kiwi, the ratadactyl, and I think these two, the squirrel and the beekeeper, are also attacking units. I think they work. You can kind of choose whatever one you prefer, but we were able to redeem ourselves from last round. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a wonderful Christmas. I will see you all soon.